The Big Freeze. The Doctor stands within a battered box, a blue box basking in the great emptiness, a universe submerged in darkness as it swiftly expands at an ever-increasing pace, simply getting bigger and more gargantuan. Recurrence is eternal. Galaxies have long since disbanded and dissolved. The heat death of the universe is undeniably tranquil. The Doctor is uncertain on how they can even be here to witness this. It feels wrong to even be here, he thinks. It could be seen as a universe ready to retire, a universe that has reached a standstill, time eternal, time everlasting. Nothing but time. The Doctor and the TARDIS stand as the only life forms in existence. The Doctor gazes into the heat death of the universe, simply waiting to test a theory. He is waiting to see if the Time War catches up with him. For a brief moment, the Doctor questions whether this is the only peace possible in this war. He can't help but question whether the war would respect the sanctity of the big chill that goes on outside the doors of his ship. He realizes that answering anything other than a solemn no is an overly optimistic outlook on the war. He also knows that he can't stay here for long, especially if the war doesn't catch up, as the current conditions would lead to the eventual decay of his own ship. Unsurprised, the Doctor watches as the Time War etches itself onto the Big Freeze, warming up time and space with nothing but slaughter. The lifeless planets are suddenly colonized, reshaped and used as weapons. Weapons that break every convention and law imaginable are fired into the emptiness, illuminating it with terrifying consequences. The Doctor takes off the hat and wipes down their forehead. They rush back to their console unit in a panic. You have chosen to pry away the universe's dignity, taking away its chance of death. I won't stand for this, the Doctor declares as they watch Dalek ships make their way through the emptiness, the unimaginable hordes of the war following behind them. Are you listening, Daleks? The Doctor barks, with no response from the onslaught that awaits him. The main Dalek ship begins to open fire on the Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. The Doctor laughs before flipping one more switch on the console unit. A spark startles the Doctor, which pushes him towards the chair. Oh! We have no right to be here, no right to exist here. The Doctor shouts to no response. The Doctor looks in horror as every callous monster and villain they have faced etches into reality, beginning to wage battle after battle using the very concept of the Big Freeze as not only a playground, but as a weapon in itself. The time glitches in on itself, and suddenly the Doctor finds himself no longer fighting within the Big Freeze, but the Big Crunch instead. Another possible ending for the universe. Instead of an expansive cold nothingness with time outlasting all, the TARDIS desperately struggles as the universe is collapsing back in on itself. The Doctor thinks to themselves that the Big Crunch has always felt bittersweet, as a theory, but was always unlikely compared to the Big Freeze. The universe is getting increasingly denser and more compact. The TARDIS roundels begin to explode and the cloister bells toll. The Daleks are firing periods of history towards the TARDIS, which finds itself swaying from side to side to try and invade these snippets of time. The ship gradually misses Earth's Renaissance period before the TARDIS crashes through a Dalek crucible. The intense heat is too much for the Doctor to take, as the outer shell of the TARDIS begins to burn, gravity pulling on all matter that surrounds it. The crucible collapses in on itself, galaxies are frantically spinning towards each other. The TARDIS is dramatically dodging as much as it can, but it can't weave through the Big Crunch for much longer. Stars begin to move towards one another, and yet the Time War goes on. Other Dalek ships are torn apart, and yet they have prepared void ships to be deployed for good measure. Arcs in space containing other life forms continue the fight against the Dalek fleets. The chaos is unlike anything the Doctor has ever seen before. The war itself is unsure of what to do during the crunch, other than try to adapt to the increasingly frantic and chaotic movement. The Doctor can barely perceive it all through the scanner. Intensely sweating, the Doctor falls towards the floor, gasping for air. They don't know what to do. The density is ripping the ship and himself apart. I never thought it'd end like this. But then again, what was I expecting? They add as their vision blurs. The Doctor notices a massive Dalek ship in the distance that is preparing a weapon unlike any other. This weapon in particular is ready to fire a period in history that will create unparalleled damage in its environment. Event 1, aka the Big Bang. The Big Bang colliding with the Big Crunch equals unparalleled destruction and unfathomable amount of entropy. The beginning hurtling towards the end, the Doctor knows that they have to retreat. They have to get out of the way and find a means to end this madness elsewhere. They struggle for a while but manage to reach up and press a button, and the TARDIS scanner detects another time glitch incoming. Another fracture etching itself into the natural order that is no longer natural nor orderly. The Doctor pulls a lever and the TARDIS hurtles towards it, glitching in and out of existence as it does so. The TARDIS now floats in what was a part of the vortex. "Oh, what have they done to you?" he cries, mourning the broken tapestry of time that he and his ship used to traverse. "Torn apart and consumed, melded, broken in a state of flux, shattered, fractured." The Doctor rests their head on the TARDIS. The TARDIS makes a noise as it too grieves the vortex. The big freeze and the big crunch. Further than I've ever been, and yet it appears as if the Time War has beaten me to it. The Doctor walks around the TARDIS with a solemn look on their face. "This is my fault," the Doctor utters with a distraught expression. "All of this is my fault. This is what I bring, what I herald." He shouts to nobody. The TARDIS shakes from side to side, screeching in horror. The cloister bells tolling and the console unit completely collapsing in on itself. The heart of the TARDIS is now completely exposed. "Oh, old girl, I'm so sorry," the Doctor mutters as their breathing becomes less regulated. Their vision is blurrier and their eyes are completely bloodshot. End of the universe. End of the line. And with that final line, the heart of the TARDIS expands and meshes with the now splintering Eye of Harmony, becoming one expansive catastrophe, taking in the Doctor, ending in both a huge explosion and a whimper. This Doctor's story ends here. For now.